Alright, welcome to the channel. So this is going to be a kind of different video. I'm a Zoomer. I was born in 1998 and I'm going to be reacting to Chicago in the 1920s in color. So that was like 60 years before I was born. So this should be like being on an alien planet because this is all just foreign to me. So this is kind of crazy. You know, our ancestors, they couldn't watch their ancestors on video. So it's unique to just us. Zoomers are the first generation that is able to watch dead and gone generations on video. So this is extremely cool. So let's watch this. Notice how all the cars look the same. Like all the cars look the same. That's all you needed was one car. That one car would last you a lifetime. Now, like you buy a car, it breaks in like a year. Okay? Nowadays cars are made like cheap plastic junk. It's made like junk. These cars are actually made of metal. They're actually made well. They're made all the same. It's not about flashy colors. It's not about flaunting your wealth. It's just about having a car. That's the only purpose of having a car. Going to from point A to point B. You don't need this flashy garbage. Notice how spotless, literally spotless the streets are. No trash, no nothing, not even a bump on the road. Something tells me society's collapsing. That's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing like a huge deterioration from the 1920s. You'd think after 100 years we'd get it right. Guess not. I'm just amazed at how clean everything is. People took pride in their city back then. There wasn't trash, there wasn't a bunch of litter, there wasn't a bunch of poop everywhere, there wasn't spit, slob, grime, grease all over the streets like you have in some cities. No offense, but San Francisco, they have all this trash, all this human matter, and it's just disgusting. If you can't walk around the city, these are walkable. Notice how the pedestrians, they could just walk wherever they wanted. They didn't have to wait for a crosswalk just to get to the other side of the road. They could just walk, and then the driver would have to stop. It was the pedestrian, the human being that had the right of way. He could just walk in the street, he could walk in the middle of a bus, the bus would have to stop. He could do whatever he wanted because it's a free society. The cars don't own the road. So this is just amazing how you can actually just walk around cities. You don't have to walk like 10 miles just to get to the nearest crosswalk. And if you do jaywalk, you might get hit because of unattentive drivers or drivers that don't care. Or you might get a ticket, or you might even go to jail. Some people have actually went to jail just for jaywalking. Everything's just serene. It reminds me of those old paintings. Like this spot right here just reminds me of those old paintings. Like when they painted that stuff, I didn't actually think real life would look anything like that, but I guess not. I guess life was just so amazing back then that every single glimpse of reality just looked like a painting. Nowadays, you'll have a McDonald's right here, Burger King right here, Wendy's over here, a Walmart way over here. But now it's really not good to look at. Like the cities, they're just not good to look at. It's depressing. And we're wondering why so many people are depressed. It's because of their environment. It's not some sort of genetic code or what's it called? Predisposition. It's because our environment is depressing. When you're around depressing things, you're going to be depressed. Okay, when you're in a reality where people care more about their phones, this mechanical piece of garbage that's in their hand all the time, 24/7, and all you hear is ding, 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 ring, 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 all the time, you will go crazy at some point. You will literally go crazy. You will lose touch with reality if this is all you're exposed to. People don't go hiking anymore. People don't go in the woods. People don't escape from civilization. People would rather stay in this tight continuum of the modern American city, which is ran like a concentration camp. Okay, you go to work, you go home, you sit in traffic, you go to work, go home, it's like these people are actually strolling. They're enjoying the day. They're taking it all in. Nowadays, you can't really do that. You can't really take in the day because you're in traffic. When you're in your car, you have to be attentive at all times. No looking out the window. That might cause an accident. You're always stressed about something. They always have something that will make you stressed. That is their number one goal in today's world. They don't care, hey, does this look good? Will building a giant highway through this community actually make the community happy? Oh, who cares? Let's just make it all for cars. Yeah. This just shows the modern American city has just been overtaken by bad infrastructure. Cars have just taken. You shouldn't have one car per person. That's just a recipe for disaster. How about you make everybody take the bus? Make everybody take the bus. That will cut down on traffic. It's cheaper. It's just infinitely better. Or have high-speed rails. Okay? Or make the city walkable or bikeable or something. I don't want to have to pay $20,000 or take a $20,000 loan just to get to the other side of the city I live in. It's a scam. And especially with the way gas prices are like $4 a person, $4 a gallon. I don't know what I'm saying, but that's ridiculous. Beautiful architecture. Beautiful. The architecture is amazing. now you go to any city, guess what? It'll be a square, generic Walmart looking building. Probably made out of wood or cardboard, depending on your definition. That's actually a pretty modern looking car right here. This bus looks very modern. Everybody knew how to dress. Nobody was trying to stand out and dress like a freaking clown, buying all this designer clothing, ripped jeans, skinny jeans, dumb hats with their favorite team on it. They just wanted to dress like their culture. Suit, tie, boom. You just need a suit and a tie. Nowadays, everybody's trying to be different. Everybody wants to be different. I gotta be different. And it's like, oh my God, if everybody's trying to be different, nobody's different. Everybody wants to stand out. Everybody wants to be the cool kid in the back of the class that does nothing, just laughs and goofs around. It doesn't care about life. But that's not how life works. Do you? Don't try to be a fictional caricature. Okay? Oh God. No traffic lights. Holy crap. Even back then they knew traffic lights were a scam and just steals you of your time. Oh man, I gotta stop at this light because the light said I should stop and it's red. And then you waste like 3 minutes of your life waiting, and there's not even a car that comes by. The most absurd thing to me is when I'm driving at 1 a.m. and the light turns red, and I'm sitting here waiting for 5 minutes on this stupid light to turn green, and if I go, I'll probably be written a ticket, because that's how this world works. It's exploitation. You have to have a car. You have to wait on these stupid lights. You have to abide by the quote-unquote road rules, even though you can't. They trusted back then. They trusted people to use their best judgment. Humans weren't these mentally disabled people. I'm just saying, retards that didn't know what to do in any given situation. They always have to have millions of signs on every square foot of road because they can't use their best judgment. Hey, there's a sharp turn at this part of the road that's like 100 feet in front of me. Am I going to freaking slow down? Oh man, of course not. Whoa. There's a sign right there that says maybe I should slow down. Okay, I'll slow down. Like, come on. And I guarantee you, accidents back then were rarer and less fatal than they are now. So let's just get rid of them. It just does nothing but slow down time. And if you can't drive without traffic lights, maybe you shouldn't be on the road. Maybe you shouldn't be driving. Not everybody is a good driver. Not everybody knows how to drive. Not everybody has the reaction time needed to be a good driver. So hey, why don't we make our cities pedestrian oriented, train oriented, bus riding oriented, instead of having these stupid cars everywhere, these bubbles with wheels on them, which just sucks the life out of a city. And I guarantee you, if this footage was in like 1910 or something, there would be millions of just pedestrians walking across the road. But as you can see here, the cars have taken over. The cars have taken over everything. There's no more horses. And I just saw footage from 1910, and everybody had horses. Everybody was using their horse to get everywhere, and there was a bunch of pedestrians because there were no cars there. There was either horses or pedestrians. Now everything's just taken over with cars. I'm just utterly blown away. People can use their best judgment without stoplights, stop signs, no nothing. Oh my God, not a single accident. You'd think there'd be all these terrible drivers. Look how perfect this parking is. Back when people knew how to parallel park. People knew how to park in general. And what did they just invent cars like 10, 15 years ago? And there's already expert drivers. Holy crap, it's almost like the world was better back then, unless you're black or Native American. Then the world was better back then. It's only a shame that we couldn't get along back then, but fully integrate. But at least the people had a sense of responsibility. Humans were humans. Men acted like men, not children. Women acted like women, not children. It just seems like we've gone backwards, people. The only thing that we've done in the last 100 years that was even remotely good was the civil rights movement. And that's it. Everything else has been going backwards and backwards and backwards and backwards and backwards, taking away more rights, more freedoms from the people. And it's just disgusting. One generation we give rights to people, we give more rights to people, and then the next generation we take away 100 other rights. So come on, guys, what are we doing? Okay, that's a little that's a little loud. Okay, let me fast forward so I can get something interesting. Oh wow, I haven't seen one of those in real life. That's really cool. Let's skip ahead a little bit. Oh my god, the water's actually blue and not this dark brownish blue, okay? It's actually sea blue. It's the lake blue. It looks clear, untouched. Untouched. Now, look at the rivers in Chicago and it looks like sludge. Literal sludge. Actual architecture. And I noticed something. The sun was actually more yellow back then. And I'm not the only person that notices this. Look it up. The sun was yellow back then. It wasn't white. Right now our sun is literally white. You could see the reflection off this water of the sun. It looks beautiful. But now our sun is either white or matter of fact, I don't think I've ever seen a yellow sun. I remember seeing a yellow sun once when I was like 5 years old. But in the last 15 years, the sun's just been white. It's just been straight up white. It has zero yellow in it. It has zero color. All this wide open space, fully upkept, fully accessible, beautiful. You could enjoy this beautiful scenery. People took pride in their city. Look at Chicago now. Look at it. It's a dump. I'm sorry, but it's a dump. People don't. The mayor doesn't hold people accountable. The mayor just lets people just throw trash. It's politics. It's just lying. Politics used to be about gaining the trust of your city. Now it's about lying as much as you can in order to get a vote. Oh, I'll give you $1 million if you vote for me. Then once you vote them in, they don't give you anything. They don't give you anything. They're playing us for suckers. And you could actually go downtown and actually see green grass. You could see trees. Go downtown Chicago now, and are there any trees downtown? Is there anything like this? I mean, I've been to Chicago once, and it was just concrete jungle. It was nice, the experience on a tour, but I would never want to live there, because in order to live in the good areas, you'd have to shell out like what, $5,000 a month 6,000 a month just to live in downtown. People didn't used to have to be ultra wealthy just to live in their own urban center. You could be dirt poor and live in the downtown area, okay, or at least relatively close. You have to go like 30 miles away from the center in order to live there. It's so unaffordable now. It's ridiculous. I think it's like 60% of American adult children are living with their parents. 60%. But the system isn't broken though. So the system isn't broken. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. This is going backwards a million times. Now, if you think it's that bad now, if nothing is done, in like the next 10 years, we'll just be living in all multi-generational households, and the housing market will probably crash by then, because if nobody's buying houses, how are you going to make money off of housing? That doesn't even make any sense. Beautiful. Everything's just amazing. I don't know if those are basketball. What are those? Basketball courts? Oh, those are light poles. Okay, let's see what we got here. We got a train station so people can actually travel. Wow, a train station. Now they have like those little subways, or yeah, they're a train, but it's just like one train. They have multiple trains. Um, and the train stations are never in the urban centers. They're always off in the suburbs or something. It's not the same. People, just your right to travel, people. You shouldn't have to have a car just to get to one side of the street, okay? It's ridiculous. And notice how there's no homeless people, because everybody's making money. Everybody's making enough to survive, so there is no homeless people. There is not a single homeless person. Okay. Yeah, everything's just green. I don't actually think the roads were this green. I think this is like some sort of AI that recolored it or something. Because when you look at this, that color scheme really makes no sense. But it still gives you an idea of what it may have looked like. Like, imagine, there's so much. This is what gets me, is you look at this and you see all this development going on. Like, everybody's doing something, everybody's working, everybody's building the, you see all this construction, you see building, you see massive growth, you see everybody participating. Now you go to Chicago and you see people homeless, you see people meandering around, people sad all the time, people depressed because they're one check away from being homeless. This is our reality now. Back then, like, why can't we just build housing? That's what gets me. Why can we not just build more houses? We can just build more houses. If they could do it 100 years ago, we got 3D printers now. 3D printers that can literally print houses back to back to back. But for some reason, in 2023, it's so freaking hard to get over, hey, how do we build houses? No, you build it the same way you've been doing it for thousands and thousands of years. All this development going on. Nowadays, you see just one house on for sale for like $600,000, $700,000, $800,000. In a 10-mile square radius, you'll have one house on sale. even though there's like 10 empty houses. Because people know the prices are going to go up. They're going to hold on to the houses. They're going to get as much as they can from the suckers. I don't even think it's going to crash this time. People need houses. Like in our country, they take things that they know we need and just extort the citizens. They say, okay, you need this medicine, we'll raise the price to like $20,000 a pill, and we know you're gonna pay for it because you don't want to die. Oh, you want this house? Oh, that's like $600,000. Oh, what are you gonna say no? What are you gonna be homeless? Oh my God, I know you're not gonna be homeless. And people will take out these shady loans with like insane interest rates, with like a 30-year pay period. You gotta pay on something for 30 years just to afford it. That's a broken system. Does anybody know what building this is? Can somebody look it up in the comments? Send me what building this is, because I'd really like to know what this area looks like now. Dude, is this guy a time traveler? Am I tripping, or is this guy holding a cell phone? Look in this corner right here. Look at this corner right here. There's a little time travel. This guy's time traveling. Look at him. He's holding a cell phone. And he's wearing a hoodie. And a backpack. Oh my God. A time traveler. Oh my God, bro. He's holding a literal cell phone. Are you guys seeing this? Oh my God. The water looks nothing like this now. The water literally looks nothing like this now. Oh my God, bro. Wow. Look how beautiful this water is compared to now. It's a joke. It's a joke. Okay, well, that's the video for today, I guess. But you guys really should take into consideration what I'm saying in this video. Comparing things from the 1920s, where there's infinite possibilities in terms of overall technology to make houses, to produce houses. We should start recycling wood, how you can probably grind down wood and recycle it, because there's so much stuff going to waste now. Why don't we make plastic houses or something? Recycle all that plastic and just make a house out of it. Recycle into safe plastic, of course, don't like hard plastic that doesn't turn into microplastic. But it just seems like we're just doing things wrong. People had barely any tools back then, nowhere near compared to what we have now. And it just seems like we're just sitting on the sidelines and just letting the world just rot, letting people just fall behind at a unimaginable scale, with the housing crisis, with the wage crisis. People aren't making enough. People are living paycheck to paycheck. People can't afford to start families. People are just, so much of our society is just being left behind. Point blank period. People are just being left behind, and it's not cool. The politicians, they snicker and sneer Whenever somebody says this, they call this a snowflake or whatever. But really, this is actual reality right now. Compare here, this footage, a productive society, to what you'd see in Chicago right now. People killing each other, people homeless, people begging for money, ultra rich just living in super high rise apartments, paying like $30,000 a month, while the middle class can barely afford a studio apartment in Chicago. That's crazy. That's crazy. It's not fair. It's not a fair system. Okay, just keep that in mind. We really gotta really come together and fix these issues.